The meeting is going to be recorded, just to let everybody know. I am asking you, I'm giving everybody permission to be able to speak. Just a quick few housekeeping rules. First of all, my name is Elijah James. I'm going to be your host. Due to the connectivity issues that we have been having, we've been trying to stabilize the internet for the last hour, 2 hours with not much luck. So we're going to avoid using the cameras so that we can at least have a better stable connection. I'm actually going to try to even call in now via the phone so that I'm much clearer and we don't break up too much. If you need to speak, we do have a chat box that allows you to speak or raise your hand in terms of indication. So please feel free to do that. And just to give you a quick rundown of our agenda for today. So the Startup Huddle is an initiative of the Global Network. So those of you who maybe have been viewing the video from earlier, the Gen Network is a global platform that is about advancing, helping entrepreneurs to start up and scale their businesses worldwide. One of the platforms or programs that they utilize around the world is called Startup Huddle. And so Antigua and Barbuda, along with several other of our partner countries in the OECS, this week, celebrating Global Entrepreneurship Week, will be launching Startup Huddles across the region. We have with us as well on the meeting today, Mrs. Joan Jackson, who is one of our partners for Startup Huddle and also host Antigua for the Gen Network and also partner for Gen Caribbean Network. And so I'm going to just invite her to just give a few quick words about Global Entrepreneurship Week. And Ms. Jackson, can you hear me? Not sure. Not sure if Ms. Jackson can hear me.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Thank you for having me this evening.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you. Thank you for coming to the launch of Startup Huddle. So if you could just share with everyone a quick synopsis of Global Entrepreneurship Week.
Okay, Global Entrepreneurship Week is an activity celebrated in 180 countries across the globe. What we do each year, we set aside a week of activities to celebrate entrepreneurs, to have training sessions where entrepreneurs get an opportunity to be engaged, to be advised, to be mentored, to be coached in how they can start up their business, if they're an aspiring one, how they can create their idea and bring it into life. And also for persons who are scaling up, they will get opportunities to be receptive of other communication or information that will help them in their entrepreneurship venture. We have this year our theme that says no one must be left behind. So Global Entrepreneurship Week does not discriminate against anyone because we are assisting young people, women and men across the region to create sustainable livelihoods and to create a healthy entrepreneurial ecosystem in Antigua and Barbuda and across the globe. So during this week, we have varying activities across the globe. As I said, I am actually just coming off of a webinar which the Gen organization, Global Entrepreneurship Network, set up this afternoon. And it is an opportunity where an organization in the US is doing some briefings on how to tap into some grants that should become available sometime this month and also early part of next year. So we were into a little form of advising.
Ms. Jackson? I think we may have lost Ms. Jackson there. There?
They would give your application a look at to see if you are able or eligible for the grant that they have available. So during this week, Antigua is quite active in these engagement opportunities that are available for Global Entrepreneurship Week. We have been having quite a good session so far. We were hoping that more entrepreneurs would have been on these webinars that are available for free and coaching sessions that are also available for free. But I guess, work sometimes tend to give persons difficulties in logging into some of these sessions, and maybe sometimes internet access, because we did have some glitches this afternoon. So we have been having quite a bit of activities today. We reached out to two of our partners, one in Bahrain and one in Johannesburg, and there are quite a number of actually 8 entrepreneurs who were on that training session, and they received valuable information to assist them in their continuous entrepreneurship venture. We are hoping to probably communicate with 1 or 2 entrepreneurs tomorrow based on the feedback that we got today, and see what assistance they need. We know that finance is an issue. God Center does not really have the finance to assist them, but we are able to put them on to experts who are able to give them guidelines in how to really tap into their cash flow coming in quite regularly, and the areas that they would need improvement in. So that is what we're going to do tomorrow with 2 entrepreneurs. And then on Friday, we're going to be doing a technology session with an entrepreneur who is into technology, Pegasus Technologies, and we will be doing that on Friday. And then Saturday, we will be doing another activity, which is our sip and chat for women in entrepreneurship, and how we are helping women to actually take the risk in order to have a thriving business in entrepreneurship. So those are the activities that we're doing, and we're quite happy that this evening we were able to partner with the Startup Huddle Antigua Barbuda, with Elijah James and the US Embassy. We are quite pleased that we were able to partner with you to make this activity one of the activities during our Global Entrepreneurship Week. So I just want to say to your audience this evening, take the information that is available. I know Elijah has a good mentoring session going on, and I know he will give you the information that is needed for you to be able to become a good entrepreneur in Antigua and Barbuda, providing jobs for persons in Antigua and Barbuda. So I just want to say thank you for having me this evening, and I wish you and your audience all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jackson. Thank you so much for that. I would have switched over to my mobile now. Hopefully everybody can hear me a little bit better than we were before. For those of you who have just joined the meeting, welcome. We are celebrating today the launch of Startup Huddle here in Antigua and Barbuda. And Startup Huddle, I'm just going to share with you, is an initiative of the Gen Global Network. As we celebrate Global Entrepreneurship Week, we are providing platforms that will allow persons to be able to engage and be able to get access to training. As Ms. Jackson explained, there's a whole bunch of different free webinars available and a whole host of activities that are going to be happening this week that will allow you to have access to information at your disposal. I can see from the persons who have joined that everyone had a fairly easy time being able to access the webinar from the website, because we had a little bit of a challenge here today, but we wanted to establish the website login as an easy way for everyone who wants to join these sessions. And going forward, they're going to be done on a monthly basis, and then we're going to hopefully be able to get them up to the point where we can actually have them on a weekly basis, so that persons will be able to access and present and meet all the awesome new businesses that are available in Antigua and Barbuda. And so with that, I am going to just give a quick overview. From my screen, you would have noticed that we have several partners that are part of us for this launch of Startup Huddle. Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is being celebrated all around the world, 180 countries. In Antigua and Barbuda, our host, the Guard Center, is our representative here in Antigua and Barbuda for the Gen Network in terms of Global Entrepreneurship Week and a host of other awesome activities. We also have partners, the U.S. Embassy out of Bridgetown, Barbados. They're responsible for our OECS region, including Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and basically the whole entire OECS. We also have the Circle platform, The Business Circle was a platform that was started about 2 years ago, where we provided free training at the Public Library of Antigua and Barbuda. And it has evolved to the point now that we're actually getting ready to launch an online platform that will be able to provide you with training at your leisure, because we recognize that a lot of persons, when they came to the sessions at the library, they were at different stages in their business. Some people were just starting up. Some people were thinking about starting, and other persons were looking at how can they scale their business. So with the Business Circle platform website that is going to be launched very soon, you will be able to access different levels of training and recordings of the sessions that we will have. And hopefully we'll be able to incorporate it together with Startup Huddle so that we can help nurture the environment for entrepreneurship in Antigua and Barbuda. And also, of course, we have the Gen Network, which is the global platform that has quite a number of different programs. I will share my screen with you so we can take a peek at the website just really quickly in terms of the Gen Network. So on my screen, you will see the Gen Global Network, which has a bunch of different programs and resources. These are all just a sample list, and as you can see, Startup Huddle is right there along with it, along with GW, Gen Entrepreneurship Week, the U.S. Embassy out of Barbados. They have quite a few programs that a lot of us in Antigua and Barbuda may not be aware of. For example, they're also behind the YLI, Young Leaders of the America Initiative, another one of our partners as well for the program. And that program is what got me actually exposed to Startup Huddle in the U.S. They actually have grants as well, where you can have access if you have a community program that you want to execute that is in line with your interests. You can actually apply for a grant up to $10,000. And they've actually had programs that have gone on right here in Antigua and Barbuda, also in secondary school. They provide and support the American Corner at the public library that provides books and reading materials for students. The Betty's Hope Windmill Restoration Project, and a host of other projects that have actually happened, including Five Island School, right here in Antigua and Barbuda, and even the Guard Center has also been a beneficiary of grants from the U.S. Embassy as well. So please feel free to go check out their website. There are also scholarships that are available if you want to study in the U.S. as well. That's also available. So if you want to increase your training in terms of business, that's at your disposal. And there is also the Startup Huddle site that's a part of Gen Global Network. It gives you more information. We're going to plug this in together with our local Startup Huddle website. And YLI, here, they are actually right now sitting on the platform, their website, a whole host of business courses. If you want to learn about business, strategy, being a responsible leader, how to drive your team, funding, getting access to money, all those are actually well available on the YLI website for you. And it's free of cost. So please make sure you go take advantage of it. All of these are going to be hosted on our Startup Huddle website as well. All right. For those of you who have just joined, welcome to the launch of Startup Huddle in Antigua and Barbuda. We're just about on the way to get into our first presentation. Our first entrepreneur that's going to be up. Oh, and just a little housekeeping, please. If you have a question, please free to point it into the chat box, the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen or via your phone. If you have any questions for any of the entrepreneurs, quick run through of what we're going to be doing today. Each entrepreneur that's going to be presenting this afternoon is going to have an opportunity to pitch for up to 6 minutes their business or idea. And then there'll be a 20-minute 20 minutes maximum Q&A session. So if you have any questions to ask the entrepreneur about their product, their service, how they got started, any challenges that they may have, if you're thinking about getting into business yourself, that's a perfect time to have that done. The whole goal behind the Startup Huddle is to bring all the different stakeholders that are involved within the business sector together so that we can share information, learn from each other, and eventually build successful businesses in Antigua and Barbuda. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Miss Kreda Nicholas. Kreda, are you ready?
Hi, yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to turn over sharing the screen to you.
Okay.
And let me turn it over to you. All right, can you go screen? Now, Kreda is actually getting ready to launch a new product he hasn't hit the market yet, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so this is an awesome platform to get the word out. And keep in mind, everyone, that the recording from this Startup Huddle is going to be available online for persons to be able to view afterwards. So in case you ever are not able to attend one of the Startup Huddle sessions, we'll have the recording available for you online for the entrepreneurs. All right. You can share your screen, Kreda.
It says I can't while other participants are sharing.
Say it again.
It says you cannot start share screen while other participants are sharing.
Okay. All right. Let me try to stop sharing. One second. Screen. All right. Are you able to share now?
No.
Oh, sorry. Go. Yep, that's my bad. Go ahead. Awesome.
Okay. Good night, everyone. My name is Kreda.
All right. Before you start, I'm gonna put you on the clock, Kreda. So
okay.
You'll have 6 minutes. I'll give you a notice at 5 minutes, so you
No
have a minute to wrap up.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
All right. Go.
Okay. Good night, everyone. My name is Kreda. I'm the owner, product formulator, and sole operator of Soulesscents, which is a skincare company that I recently formed this year, as Elijah has said. My goal tonight is basically just to introduce the company and hope to get some feedback from everyone and just for your support. So going into my presentation, Soulesscents is an all-natural skincare production and distribution company located here in Antigua. We seek to cater to the wellness-conscious consumer's desire for effective, naturally derived skin care and eventually hair care products. The name Soulesscents is a portmanteau word of the words soul, essence, and scent. Our mission at Soulesscents is to provide high-quality, safe, effective hair and skincare products made with all natural ingredients and provide emotional, spiritual, physical, and therapeutic benefits. We not only strive to produce high-quality, effective products to deliver superior customer service to our customers, but also to set an example for environmental responsibility to cater to the world we live in, starting from the products we make, the packaging we use, and the ways in which we give back to society. What we do. Soulesscents was created from a desire for truly natural, safe, and effective skincare products. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has failed to define clean and natural, leaving these labels open for interpretation to the attempt of larger companies to greenwash their products to make them more attractive to the conscientious shoppers. At Soulesscents, we promise that our products will be safe, formulated for all skin types, and focusing on returning skin to its own natural balance. We promise that they'll be natural. The ingredients we use are natural, free of toxins, parabens, and harmful chemicals. We promise to be effective, no dilution of the active ingredients, and we promise for it to be luxurious, evoking a feel-good pamper me getaway spa experience. Our product lines, our product lines will include a full stack system designed to work in combination with each other to treat specific skincare conditions. Each system will include a combination of face products, which are products like serums, masks, steams, exfoliants, toners, and moisturizers. We will also include body products like scrubs, butters, oils, soaps, salves, washes, and soaps, and also natural fragrances like oil blends, perfumes, cologne, and aftershave. We will also offer customized products based on our customers' needs where possible. Our target markets are persons who are actively seeking effective and toxin-free natural solutions for their skincare issues, and persons who already have healthy skin and prefer to maintain skin health with natural products. For our marketing and brand awareness engagement, for customer awareness, social media marketing, online collaborations, targeted online advertising, and word of mouth are the processes that we will use. To increase customer interest, we will use blog articles, videos, educational and product social media posts and videos, word of mouth, and email campaigns. For customer engagement, we will use online contests, Facebook and Instagram lives, store events and pop-up shops, and samplings. Once our customer has made a decision to buy, we will then utilize direct sales promotions and follow-ups, third-party retail promotions, and strong online customer service. Our distribution channels will be our website. Once we launch, will be soulesscents.com. Our social medias, more specifically, Instagram and Facebook, where you'll be able to make a purchase, and brick and mortar companies will be looking to partner in with like-minded businesses with an established brick and mortar location. What makes us different? Our ingredients, for one, all of our ingredients will be all natural and where possible, products which boast the USDA certified organic seal. For example, butters, carrier oils, and essential oils. And our packaging, all of our packaging material will be eco-friendly, reusable, and or recyclable. We will have a reward program in place for customers who either wishes to return their empty containers or a discount for customers choosing to reuse their containers for a refill. Our goals currently are to launch our brand by January 2021, create customer service processes by the end of the first quarter, and product recognition by the end of our year to March. And that's all for me for right now. Any questions?
Yeah, that was the 5-minute mark. Good job.
Thanks.
So the 5 minutes.
Okay.
Are there any questions for Kreda regarding her business, Soulesscents, natural skincare products? And these products include things like face wash,
body butters, oils, steams.
You have a price point yet for them? Remember, everyone, if you have a question, please feel free to raise your hand and you can unmute. Go right ahead, Mr. Charles.
Hi, good night, Frida.
Good night.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Right. I noticed that you mentioned that you'll be using all natural products. Yes. And then you also mentioned the USDA seal of approval. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of confused as to your sourcing of your product, if it's going to be a case that you're getting it from the States.
A bit of both. I would like to source locally once I can, as much as I can, but if not, then it will be a case of me importing my products from the US.
Okay.
Well, my ingredients, not my products, sorry.
Your ingredients from the States?
Yes.
And okay, so essentially, all right, fair enough. The other thing that I would indicate to you, mm-hmm. because I was waiting for it, if you're gonna get into skincare and so forth, mm-hmm. I find that people tend to look on the external, they just deal with the face. But actually, your acne and all that stuff, it comes from what you eat. So I was hoping that mm-hmm. somewhere in there that you would have maybe a detox line, et cetera, that will deal with the inside, that will actually give you better results on the outside. Okay, but I didn't see it. Okay.
It is not in the pipeline for right now, but it is a good, good suggestion, because that's very true. From what we eat, it helps us inside.
Right, it's gonna drive your face. Yeah. So I mean, if you start from the actual causation, mm-hmm. go forward. I think your market would be even wider.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
but it's
definitely put that into consideration because it's very true.
okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that feedback. I have a question up from Mrs. Jackson. Go ahead, Mrs. Jackson, and then Ms. Watson. Walk-in.
Hello, good evening. A very good presentation, I must say.
Thank
But
you.
I have a question of you, especially in the season that we're in. Would you be having a delivery or pickup service?
Yes, we will deliver to you where possible. If it's a case where it's overseas, we'll have it shipped. But we will have a delivery service. It's not a case where you have to come to us.
So you'll be doing an online, like an online store where persons can go on and order.
You can go online, order from our website, and have it delivered to you.
Okay. And if you have an overseas customer, how do you plan to handle that?
I would probably work with the local delivery service or the most recognized and reliable delivery service if it's from overseas. But for right now, we're just marketing locally because we'll still have to work out the logistics of shipping the products overseas, because some of them having butters that can melt in transit. We'll still have to work out logistics of all that. So for right now, we're just looking at our local market.
That's just a question to troubleshoot where you're going in terms of your business. Thank
No
you.
problem. Thank you.
All the best when you launch.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Mrs. Jackson. We have another question from Anthea Watkins. Anthea, go right ahead.
Hi. Hi, good evening. Hi, wonderful presentation. But as a person who loves, I'm into skin care very much so, and there are lots of lines out there. But I didn't get from your product what it can do for me. How would it make my skin feel? And that's what I was looking for. I know it's natural, but there are different types of skins. You know, I have dry skin, oily skin, and the tea combination. But I didn't get how specifically you'll target for my skin. And that's what I need to find out, get from your product. How can it make my skin? You know, why should I pick you from 100 different brands? So how can my skin will feel after using it? I didn't get that from that presentation.
Okay, so basically, like I said, the USDA hasn't patented the word natural, so you can still have chemicals in the skincare products that are labeled natural on the mainstream market. With Soulesscents, we're looking to do all natural ingredients, and our commitment to that is basically going to be our labeling. On the label, you'll see all the ingredients that are in it from any preservatives that we use, because we do have natural preservatives that you can use. In regards to how it will help your skin, it will all depend from skin to skin. As you know, there are a lot of different skin types. So what we're looking to do is provide a broad range of products with different skin types and different skin issues. If that answers your question.
I'm happy you made it clear, but I didn't get that in the presentation. That should have been one of the things you should put out first, because everybody have different skin type, that you have a product that appeals to all these skin types.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you for your question, Anthea. Are there any more questions for Kreda regarding Soulesscents? Any other questions? And if you need, raise your hand. I see your hand being raised. And I also see some questions in the chat. I have a question from Merlene Moses and the panelists. I love that the question asked by Mrs. Jackson. I feel it can help you with the answer to your questions for your business. Thank you for that, Merlene. Oscar Lake, lovely presentation. I noticed you use the word promise often. Do you think you'll be able to keep your promise? That's a question for you, Kreda.
Yes, I do. Because I'm committed to only using natural ingredients in my products. No synthetics, no additives, none of that.
Okay. I also have another question from Georgetta Brown. Do you have local competitors, and how do you differentiate yourself from them?
I do have local competitors, and from the research that I've done, I find that a lot of natural skincare companies tend to shy away from things like preservatives. Now, everybody hears preservatives and they automatically think that it's something bad and it's something synthetic. You do have natural preservatives that you can use in your products to make them safe, because every product has a shelf life, and most consumers don't look at the shelf life of products. They'll just pick up their stuff, and while they're using it, they're using it. If it is that you don't use a preservative, the shelf life for a product is drastically short. And the consumer not knowing this will just continue to use a product that has gone bad without realizing it, and that could cause other health issues that they really don't want. So I find that a lot of the competitors that I do have, they don't tend to use a preservative for their products. They use all natural stuff, but they use all natural stuff and they make it and just give it to you. I'm not looking to do that. I'm also looking to make my products safe for use and educate my customers on the shelf life of my product.
Awesome. Great response. Are there any other questions for Kreda regarding her brand that is getting ready to launch, Soulesscents, more than skin deep, natural skincare products, with the promise to make sure she uses all natural products and to ensure that you love the skin that you're in? Any other questions? Please feel free, for those of you who would have joined, welcome to the launch of Startup Huddle Antigua Barbuda. My name is Elijah James. We have Miss Kreda Nicholas, who is the entrepreneur who's getting ready to launch Soulesscents, natural line of skincare products. She's just completed her presentation, and as the audience, if you have any questions for her regarding her products and services, please feel free to ask them. You can either raise your hand in the chat, or you can ask a question via the Q&A box or the chat box, and I will ask it for you. So Kreda, we're coming up on the 10-minute mark. If we don't have any questions for you, we will move on to another entrepreneur. Any other questions? Going once, going twice. Thank you very much, Kreda. Thank you for being a part of the Startup Huddle, and we will, of course, be lending our support to your brand when you get ready to launch, letting us know the website link, the social media handles, and of course, the awesome delivery service that you will be providing, so that we don't have to worry about finding it.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Kreda. All right. So we are moving on to the next entrepreneur. And the next entrepreneur who is coming up is going to be Miss Ebony and Calandra, who are getting ready to launch, or has launched, just launched, a very interesting service in Antigua and Barbuda. I have a question in the chat box. There's a question for you, Kreda. I don't know if you get a chance. You're still on your 15-minute mark. How will you, and this is coming from Mr. Charles, how will you do research and development of your product in terms of your product certification hurdles? Have you considered or addressed them as yet?
I am currently in
how will you do research? Yeah.
I am currently in the research and development phase of my products. I'm looking into certification, the best ones that suit me. Like I said, some certifications just require you to have a certain amount of natural ingredients and they label it as natural. It doesn't have to be 100%. So I'm looking into the different certification routes that I can go into that's best for my company.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that.
No problem.
All right. If there are no other questions for Kreda, we are going to move on to casting impressions. And casting impressions is a new service that is making memories. What is it, Ebony? Is it helping you to turn today's moment into tomorrow's memories?
That's right.
I love that tagline.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. You have 6 minutes to present your presentation to the audience for feedback. And audience, please feel free to, and Ebony, I've actually pulled up your social media page. You have a nice, awesome video that really sells what you're doing with casting impressions. I don't know if you want me to play it. before you
Sure.
go.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I will play a little bit video for you. That will take a part of your 6 minutes as well, though.
Oh, no, I don't bother.
No, I'll play it. I'm sure you're gonna have enough time to have fun with everyone.
I'm too
All right,
close.
so everyone, I'm gonna play it now. Yeah. All right. So here is casting impressions from Ebony and Calandra. Sorry, let me just get the audio. All right, so that was casting impressions by Ebony and Calandra. Ebony, you have the floor. Take it away.
Okay. I'm not able to share my screen.
Oh, sorry. Go right ahead.
Okay.
Awesome. Going to full screen mode. Right ahead.
All right, so good evening, everyone. My name is Ebony Matthew, and I am co-founder of Casting Impressions. I am happy to be able to present this company to you in hopes that I can earn your support and also garner your feedback on the products and the business model that we'll be presenting today. So, a personal note about me. I despise taking photos. I mean, I think I'm a good looking girl. You can't see me, so you'll just have to take my word for it. But for whatever reason, I'm just not a fan of the camera. The challenge, photos have long been the most popular keepsake, with its popularity growing increasingly with the development of social media. We see photo shoots for weddings, pregnancy shoots, birthday shoots, I feel sexy today shoots, all of which serve to document memories of a particular milestone, life moment, or experience. So, what about the people like me who truly want to celebrate the exciting moments in life, but don't necessarily want to have to dress up and cheese in front of a camera to do it? Or even the persons who do love snapping the pics, but still would like to have additional ways to commemorate these moments and share with friends and loved ones. This is where we come in. So at Casting Impressions, as Elijah said, we help to turn today's moments into tomorrow's memories through the creative art of body casting. For those who aren't familiar, body casting, also referred to as life casting, involves creating life-size replicas of various body parts using casting and molding techniques. Essentially, any part of the body can be casted. At Casting Impressions, we focus on creating belly cast, baby cast, adult hand cast, family hand cast, and torso cast. Our products are casted using plaster, either in a bandage form or stone plaster. And while these products can be appreciated in their raw form, we also offer various decorative finishes, including hand paintings, mosaic designs, decoupage, and fabric designs. We also offer to outfit the pieces with mechanisms for display, like mounting on the wall, frames, shadow boxes, etc. So let's say you'd like to commemorate your first pregnancy. A beautiful belly cast of your actual belly can be done and designed to your liking. Or maybe you just want a difficult battle with breast cancer. We can create a beautiful stone casting of your breast as a reminder of your strength. Or let's say you're getting married, an elegant couples cast can be created and used as a centerpiece for your table. So what we love about this is how personal and customizable these products are, making them unique to you and to your experience. Additionally, and most importantly, all the products we use on our client's skin are safe, non-hazardous, non-toxic, and the process is quick, pain-free, and according to some of our clients, can be very relaxing. The primary target market for our products consists of women in Antigua ages 18 to 55. These are the mothers, the sisters, the lovers, and the friends. They're the sentimental ones, and they want to tell a story about love, about their friendship, survival, self-love. With these women, With time, these women experience life in various stages, marked by new experiences, relationships, and successes, and even losses. And we are here to help them express those stories in a unique and creative way. These women are who will not only come for themselves, but will bring their husbands, and they'll bring the babies and the families to us as well. Although not a novel product, the concept of belly casting is a fairly new one to the market. We have identified one direct competitor, Maternity Keepsakes, which is also a new business that provides belly casting services. The most obvious indirect competitors would be the vast pool of local photographers, as they also, in essence, provide a keepsake product just as we do. So our competitive advantages, for one, our product catalog is much larger than that of our direct competitor, who focuses solely on plaster bandage casts and other simple keepsakes, specifically catering to the maternity market. So while pregnancy casts and newborns are our more popular products, it is among a wide range of other products that we provide, as mentioned earlier. We also offer a far greater range of customization. In respect to our indirect competitors, our advantage lies in the uniqueness of the concept to the local market. In addition, we also offer an add-on professional photography service so a client can enjoy the benefits of both worlds when coming to us. Our business.
One minute.
Sorry? That's fine.
1 minute.
Our business model takes the form of a simple product model. We acquire customers through a variety of marketing avenues, and our materials are sourced from various vendors, primarily overseas. We place a high importance on our customer relationship management using HubSpot. And our value propositions are to create an avenue for creative preservation of life's most special moments. We also create a unique way to share your story, and our products serve as a personalized, meaningful gift option. We adopt the cost plus price strategy for our products. So that is the cost of the material plus the cost of labor and overheads and markup. In that regard, our products will range in price depending on these variables and the level of customization to be applied. This is our team, myself and Calandra Jeremiah.
It's your time.
Thank you.
Wrap up.
Okay. So this is our team, right? We share responsibility for the various functions of the organization. And for our future, some of our milestones that we have in place are to establish brand awareness and a strong customer base, expand our product line, to sustain at least one full-time employee, and to also penetrate the education market, the arts education market.
Thank you.
For the representation. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So that was Ebony. You went over your pitch by about 45 seconds in terms of time.
Okay.
So audience, any questions, any feedback for Ebony and Calandra of Casting Impressions Antigua? Please feel free to raise your hands, or if you have a question, you can type it in the chat box if you have any feedback for them, so that we can get some feedback going for Casting Impressions. All right, I see a hand is raised, and this is coming from Mr. Charles. Go right ahead and unmute, Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles,
Hello.
unmute.
Hi,
okay,
good night.
Yes, go right
Good
ahead.
night.
Charles.
Great presentation again. I must say that it's not something that I ever thought about, and I said, wow, that is pretty unique, you know.
To get that wow from you.
You know, to be honest, it wowed me initially. I'll tell you that much. But then as it went on, I realized as a man, it kind of left me out in a way, because I don't get a baby bump and stuff like that. So the question for you is, what are other ways in which you can actually include the male perspective? Because I find that it's a emotionally driven kind of product, and it tends to be tied in more to females more than male. So my question to you, what would you do to actually win me back in? Because I felt very impressed about it, but then when I realized it was focused more towards the female, you know, I listened through, but then I realized, you know what, I won't be able to really appreciate it too much except I'm gonna be doing it for my wife or my sister or whoever. Okay.
Right. Okay, Mr. Charles, that's a great question. Thanks. So what I will say first off is, like I mentioned earlier, that we can cast essentially any parts of the body. So you don't have to be pregnant. We can do casts for men. Our product, yes, is targeted more so to the females because of the type of product it is. But interested men can have, I mean, if you have six-pack abs and you want to make a casting of your six-pack, we can do that for you as well. You did mention gifting. I think as a product, not necessarily for the man, but it's a good way for the man to show up and show out with his wife or his girlfriend, presenting this product as a gift. And also, one of our major products is our family cast. So I'm sure men with families, we've had a man and his son, for example, do a hand cast, a cast of, their hands together or something of the sort. So while it is primarily targeted to women, it's not just exclusively women. There are ways that we can incorporate men as well. I think that's something that we'll have to really look into in terms of how to market that to the men.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Awesome. I have a comment for you, Ebony, from Mr. Oscar Lake. This product is one that can make it here in Antigua. It is long overdue. So that's some positive feedback right there for you. I have another question as well from Merlene Moses Christian. This is a really unique idea, exclamation mark. How do you plan to couple with this? How do you plan to deal with the changing and impersonal way that business is being conducted during and after COVID? Yeah, the word was supposed to be cope. That's my bad. How do you plan to cope with the changing impersonal way that the business is being conducted during and after COVID, in light of the fact that you are getting personal with your clients?
Right, that's also a good question. That is one of the challenges that we do face in this time, because as you see, our product is a personal product. We can't create our product without coming into contact with our clients. So for right now, what we do what we can do, and that is just observing protocols as best as possible. We have masks that we use in our studio. We have masks available to our customers as well. We sanitization station, things like that. Once the product is to be delivered, because you don't get it the same day that the casting is done, we do provide delivery services where we will drop off the product to the client as well. And the casting the casting process in itself is not a long process. It generally takes no more than 25 minutes. So the contact is limited as well in that regard.
Okay, thank you for that. I have another question, and thank you for your question, Marlene. Very important question. You got to make sure that we observe and keep the protocols for COVID-19 safe. There's a comment from Dwight. Awesome product. I would subscribe.
Thank
you. So you sound like you got a fan right there. Are there any other questions for Ebony and Calandra, casting impressions? I see another question coming into the box. Okay, that's from Dwight again. He liked it. He had to say it twice. There's a question from Ms. Jackson. Do you plan on doing house visits and awesome presentation?
Okay, thanks for your question. So initially, house visits were a part of our model. Due to the pandemic, currently we have halted that part of it, so we only do in-studio casting because we are able to control the contact better that way. Hopefully, as we come out of the pandemic, we'll be able to reintroduce our on-site casting as well. But for now, we limit it to in-studio.
Okay, thank you for that question. There's another question here from Mr. Charles. Can your product be used on pets? Can it be used on pets?
It can be, yes, it can be done on pets once you're able to keep your pet still for a few minutes. So we do, for example, do casting on babies, and of course, babies are a little bit harder to control. We're able to manipulate the time of the casting. So for babies, it might take us 2 to 3 minutes for the mold to set. So if you are able to keep your pet still for 2 to 3 minutes, then yes, pets are also a viable client.
Okay, perfect. Any other question? There's another question. Dwight, do you plan to have take-home casting packages that customers may be able to cast themselves at home? So in case, do you have any DIY, do-it-yourself at home casting packages that I could do at home myself?
Yeah, Dwight he's peeping into our planning meetings. We would love to be able to provide at home kits that can be bought in stores and done at home. That's something we did just launch, so that's something that we want to incorporate in our future. Maybe not this year, but maybe in our second year of operation. That's something that we'd want to look at. And they can also, so you would be able to get the cast, prepare the cast, and then send it back to us for us to decorate and design.
Mm-hmm. Dwight says that's because he's an idea guy. So he's peeping into your book because of that. All right, thank you for that. We're just at your 8-minute mark for questions. Does anybody have any other questions? There's a question from Georgetta Brown. How often do you have to recast for a bad cast or a broken transit, and is this factored into your price point? So if you do a cast and it happens to break along the way, who pays for it?
Well, that depends.
And how often do you have to recast?
If the cast is in our custody, then we definitely repair it and we absorb the cost for that. But we try to be very careful with the cast. We will want to provide care instructions for our clients or when if for example they're transporting the cast. Somebody said something? Right,
sorry, that was just some feedback.
Hi. Am I there?
Yes, you're still there. Sorry, that was just some feedback from my phone. I'm sorry.
Okay. So right, like I was saying, so once the cast is still in our custody and there's some sort of chip or breaks or something, then we definitely do repair and it's our cost to do the repair. Once you have the cast and we've already handed over and the transaction is completed, and you may unfortunately damage it in some way, you can bring it back to the studio, and depending on the extent of the damage and the extent of the repair that's needed, we may charge you a fee. It just depends.
Okay, understood. Any other questions for Ebony and Calandra of Casting Impressions? If there be none, I think there may be a question. Nope. All right. So any other questions? Nope. We have some new persons who just entered the room. We are having a presentation from Ebony Matthew and Calandra Jeremiah. They are partners in Casting Impressions, an awesome service that helps to make today's moments tomorrow's memories here in Antigua and Barbuda. If you have any questions, feel free to ask it by raising your hand or sending a message in the chat box. Ebony, if we have no other questions for you, I would like to say thank you very much for being a part of Startup Huddle Antigua and Barbuda, our inaugural. And we're looking forward to bigger and better things out of your idea book, as Dwight put it, for 2020 and 2021 and beyond.
Thanks, Elijah.
All right. You're most welcome. All right. So next up, we have Kevin. Kevin, are you there?
Hi.
Perfect. All right. So we have Mr. Barnes, Kevin Barnes of Brand with Care. I think there's another question that just popped up. Give me 1 second, Kevin. The chat. How long, and this is just for you, Ebony, so just give it the floor a little bit more for Ebony, Kevin. How long can the casting last? Unique business and congratulations. And that was from Renetta Desiree Roberts to Ebony and Calandra. How long can the casting last? It's a very unique business and congratulations. So Ebony, can you just answer the question for us, please?
Thank you, Renessa. The cast, like I mentioned, we have two different types of casts. They're plastic bandage casts and then there's stone casts. Once the casts are treated in the manner that is prescribed for our care, it should last you years, really, especially the stone, because it's a hard cement-like material. So once you don't drop it or, you know, maybe get it soaking wet or dip it in some water or something, it will last you for a very long time. The plastic bandages also, they may not have as long as a shelf life, but they do last for a very long time once you maintain them, you keep them in a dry area and no water damage or anything like that.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for that feedback. All right. Is there no other questions for Ebony and Calandra? Thank you very much. And we will move on to Kevin and Tricia of BWC Brand with Care. For those of you who have just joined the room, my name is Elijah James. I'm your host and local community organizer for Startup Huddle here in Antigua and Barbuda. It's a new initiative that we're kicking off in collaboration across the OECS with the U.S. Embassy of Barbados and the Global Entrepreneurship Network. And we are looking to create a community where startups and businesses and everyone within the business ecosystem can come together so we can create and celebrate our entrepreneurs and help to give support to up-and-coming entrepreneurs so they can turn their ideas into awesome and successful businesses. Antigua and Barbuda may be small, but we are Talawa, and we can definitely make a big impression as BWC, I'm sure, is going to, Kevin is going to present to you in just a moment. BWC Brand with Care. Kevin, are you there? Kevin, response. Your mic is unmuted. Yep. All right. I'm going to share your photos.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Do you have a presentation or you want me to share? Yes, I can hear you. You want me to share your photos or you have a presentation to share?
No, go ahead. It's my pleasure.
Okay,
share them.
Okay, so I'm gonna share awesome photos, awesome products. I love it, I love it, I love it. And you have 6 minutes to present to the audience BWC Brand with Care. Go right ahead.
Okay, so pleasant evening, one and all. My name is Kevin Barnes. I'm a co-owner of BWC Enterprise, where we manufacture pure and infused coconut oil. We also produce grated coconut package, and we also produce coconut crumbs. Okay, so let's begin with our pure coconut oil, right? Our process is the fermented process, right? So what we do from there, we infuse various ingredients for extra benefits. So for example, we have the coconut oil. We have the coconut oil infused with turmeric, nutmeg. We have it infused with chili, garlic, also mango, guava. Our products are therapeutic, medicinal, and for cooking. They can be used externally.
Mr. Barnes? Are you dropped out? Mr. Barnes, your mic is muted. Mr. Barnes? think we lost Mr. Barnes there. Just give us a second. Let's try to get him reconnected. As you can see on the screen, Branwick here is a line of pure and infused coconut oils. I actually had the pleasure of sampling them at a meeting when we were sharing a product with Caribbean Export, I believe, and it was awesome. And they also do byproducts including crumbs, so if you have to bake or cook with them in the kitchen, you can use them as well for that purpose. And we also have, I've seen the application where they've actually used them also for massaging services. It looks like Mr. Barnes is back. Mr. Barnes, go right ahead. Just unmute your mic. Mr. Barnes, you there? Okay, we may be having some technical difficulty with Mr. Barnes. If we don't get him back in the next 30 seconds, then we will have to move on to the next entrepreneur until we can maybe get Mr. Barnes reconnected. Mr. Barnes, can you unmute? Okay, you're back.
I'm there.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so
yes,
sorry for that. Technology. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so basically, where I left off, so basically our products can be used externally and taken internally. Now, our products are magnificent. The reason why our products are holistic, right? For example, our turmeric infused is basically one of our biggest seller. The reason why, because this product, this oil, can help reduce chronic inflammation and mucus, which is the main cause of basically any illness that you find in the human body. So basically, our products are targeted for the immune system, externally for eczema, for rashes, for dandruff, dry scalp, and stuff like that. Basically, I know in Antigua we don't have coconut trees. So what we did with our business, we grate the coconut and we vacuum seal them so you can get your pre-packed grated coconut ready as you go. We also have the coconut crumbs. This is new on the market, but it's amazing. The coconut crumbs is like similar to breadcrumbs, but this is more versatile. So you can add the coconut crumb to your smoothies. You can use the coconut crumbs and do coconut shrimps, coconut chicken. You can use it as stuffing, etc. Basically, our products are island wide. They're in various health stores and supermarkets across the island. And basically, right now at this point, we're targeting the exporting market. We actually have already sent our products to St. Kitts. Our products are in St. Martin. And basically, right now, what we're trying to do at this point is trying to create exporting passage, so to speak, because Antigua, I don't want to say the government, but we don't have a system here that's efficient for small businesses. For example, right now, a lot of people from in the States need our products, and this is the challenges that we're facing. Basically, to send out, say, £5, a £5 package of our products, maybe 4 aisles, for example, which would cost maybe 100 EC. We have to pay like $250 to send it out of the country. So the logistic is real off. But when it comes to our products, the quality is top notch. As I said, we do the fermented process. That is the 24-hour setting. We squeeze the milk and we use the cycle of the sun to break the oil. Basically, yeah.
Awesome. Any other points you want to make before we open the floor for questions? I know you didn't mention about the small size that you guys have gotten into because of COVID, the smaller versions of your, yeah.
Yes, so thanks for that, Elijah. So yeah, basically we do the 5 ounce, that's our regular size. We also do the 2.5 ounce, and we do even the 1 ounce right now for $10. We also do the 750 ml. That's like the wine bottle. We do gallons and stuff like that. So we have the different sizes for different price range, so to speak.
Right. So depending on whatever the application is that somebody may need to have access to coconut oil or crumbs, they're able to access your product in various types of sizes.
Yes, exactly. And for example, I just want to pinpoint the nutmeg. We promote the nutmeg in the therapeutic arena. It's amazing for joint pain, poor blood circulation, nerve issues, and stuff like that. We even have the cannabis infused, which is amazing for example, bronchitis, chronic inflammation. A lot of people in Antigua traveling with excess mucus on their chest and stuff like that. So these are the oils that we promote to help reduce like chronic mucus and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's
all right.
wonderful.
That's your time. So
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. Bravo.
No, and also we have the fruit line, which is amazing for the skin and the hair and stuff like that.
Okay, so that's your time. We're going to open up the floor for any questions. I already had a question from the moment that you started, actually. Someone mentioned, and I'll tell you right now, within the chat, they made mention of, where is it? Where did it escape to? 1 second. There it is. They said, and this is coming from Dwight. I just want to start the ball rolling from the time you started the presentation by saying BWC brand with Kia is awesome. I use and eat their products because all their products are edible. So you got coming out the gate. You got a fan right there for you, actually a client who
yes, we
was
don't compromise
very happy
on the quality.
to preach. Absolutely. For those of you who are joining the room, we have and you have a question by Ms. Watkins. Just 1 second. I'm just going to invite everyone who just joined the room. My name is Elijah James. I am the local community organizer for Startup Huddle Antigua Barbuda. This is our inaugural launch. We have on the floor right now Mr. Kevin Barnes and Tricia Webbe, co-founders of BWC brand with Kia, a line of pure and infused coconut oils produced right here in Antigua and Barbuda, proudly produced. He just shared his presentation and some of the challenges that their company is having in terms of logistics. And if you have any questions or suggestions or feedback for Kevin and Tricia, please feel free to raise your hands or ask a question in the chat box or the Q&A box, and I will verbalize it for you. So we have a question from Anthea. Anthea, go right ahead.
Yeah. I love this. I want to say first, I love the product, and I like the way how your presentation, how you sold me on that. But I just need to find out, your product, is it primarily for health purposes, or can it also be for culinary purpose?
It's both. Our products are multi-purpose. They are used for cooking, they are used in the medicinal field, and they are used in the therapeutic field. For example, we have the chili infused with the coconut oil. That's super hot. And we also have the garlic infused coconut oil. Those both oils are specifically used in the culinary industry. You use it on satay, you use it as salad dressing. Even the mango we use as salad dressing. As I said, the chili pepper you use and add to your food and stuff like that. So yes, our products are used in the food industry.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that question, Anthea. You have some other questions. One is coming from Mr. Charles, BWC, it's actually a comment. BWC, very impressed with your product. Heard about you via the radio, Observer Radio. So your media reaching far. Kevin, Tricia, another question from Oscar Lake. Go ahead.
Yeah, marketing, we're at the point now where, in business, research and marketing is basically the two most, I should say expensive stuff. So right now we're doing a lot of marketing, and it takes a lot of money to do marketing, because I don't like to use the word small business, because words emit and you might just stick as a small business. So as a business, marketing is very important and it takes a lot of money. And to get your products out there and to be visible, you really have to do promotion. So we do a lot of promotion on social media. We do a lot of promotion on the radios. Anywhere we can get to do marketing, we surely do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. I have another question from Oscar Lake. Oscar's question is, did you say that your coconuts are from Antigua or not from Antigua?
Well, we basically import our coconut from Guyana. We actually have connection on the ground. So where we source our coconuts, they're 100% organic. Antigua doesn't have coconut to for us to produce. Can we produce in bulk? And Antigua just had we got hit with the disease that killed most of our cheese. And basically, even before that, we don't have enough coconut to sustain Antigua. So sadly, we have to import our raw material, which is the coconut. But we do that's the only thing we import. Everything is done here from scratch. We bought our industrial machine. We have our industrial machines and stuff like that. So yeah, we do everything from the ground.
Awesome. All right. It seems like natural is the big theme for tonight in terms of products and services. Any other questions for Kevin and Tricia regarding BWC Brandwood Care, a line of pure and infused coconut oils and byproducts, including grated coconut crumbs that can be used both in the culinary, therapeutic, and medicinal markets in terms of use. I have two other questions. Another question from Mr. Charles. Do you have a line for body oil fragrance? That is?
Yes. So that's why. Yes. So basically, the pure is flat, right? So the reason why I say flat, it doesn't have any aroma, right? So basically, the infusion, like the nutmeg, have a very strong aroma. For example, the mango, we use the freshest set of grafted that in Antigua, and you want to smell that aisle. So yes, our aisle have fragrance like the guava. That's amazing. A strong guava scent. We even have the pineapple now coming out next month. We call that the pina colada. So those are fragrant oil. They're very strong with the aroma, the pineapple, the mango, the guava. You have the nutmeg, which is real strong also. We have the ginger, which is also amazing. So yes, our oils are fragrant.
Okay, awesome. I have another question for you, and this is coming from Kessa. Comment first, great product, exclamation mark. And a question, what would you say has been your biggest challenge when you started the business? So what has been your biggest challenge, Kevin, Tricia, when you started the business?
All right, thanks for the question. Very important question. Let's go way back, right? When we started this business back in 2016, one of our objective was to get, and I endorse every business entrepreneur who's starting, get your business registered at intellectual property first. Please, I'm telling you. So we got our business registered at intellectual property, and then after that, we got our business registered at inland revenue. I know a lot of people afraid of inland revenue. This whole theory about inland revenue will come for your business because you have to pay excess amount of money, but that's not the case. Anyway, fast forward. The raw material was one of our greatest setback in our business. Because as I said, Antigua do not produce the coconuts that we need to do our products. So, cash is the bloodline of a business. And when we started back in 2016, basically, believe it or not, we started this business with $400. We just like, hey, you know what? Because I have a history and we have a story also. This business was created out of my health crisis, right? That's why we endorse the turmeric so much, because I use the turmeric and the turmeric actually helped heal my situation. But cash flow is the bloodline of a business, and started off, we went to the banks. We couldn't get no loan because we didn't have the amount of output, and we didn't have a real structure, a real flow. So basically, the raw material, to get the raw material, we had to get cash. So basically, as the saying goes, we took a, we built, we reinvested, we took a, reinvested. We went to even the other day, we went to the EDP to try get extra finance to get in a container of coconut, and we didn't even get access to that. So basically, it's just the determination, the ambition, the persistence of our business and us, me and Tricia, that elevate us. Basically, there's no what do you call it? Oh, I'm looking for the word. Anyway, there's no, they love tell you to I forgot the word right now. But there's many challenges, but challenges are made to overcome.
Okay, thank you for that. You have quite a few questions and comments, so I'm going to just go through them for you. We have a comment from Merlene Moses Christian. Beautiful presentation. Thank you for highlighting the challenge with export in Antigua and Barbuda. We have another question here, a comment as well from Mr. Roy Reynolds. Good presentation, but it would be a good idea not to make claims that a product can do certain things without data. That's a comment feedback from Mr. Reynolds. Hold on. Let me go through. Well, let me go through the questions first, and then you can respond to that one. I have another question here from MJ. Well, two questions actually. Would it be possible to start growing your own coconuts on island? And would you need the help of farmers or other entrepreneurs?
Do you want me to reply to that one now?
Yes, reply to the questions first, and then we come to the comments.
It would be amazing for us to develop get the land to produce our own coconut. It's an idea that we're looking into for the near future. But look at this. Why don't let the money circle around? Why don't somebody start a coconut farm in Antigua and we buy the coconuts from them? We love to spend our money in Antigua. I think we're one of the only businesses that spend a lot of money. As a small business, we don't want to do everything. We don't have time to do everything.
So your question, and you can answer in the second question at the same time. Would you need the help of farmers or other entrepreneurs? So if you can have somebody who can provide you the raw materials, that would be fantastic for you. Because I know that there's some other businesses like the agro processors and pepper business who complain consistently about not having enough mash or raw material products. So there's an opportunity there for entrepreneurs to help provide you with materials to support your business going. Yeah.
Elijah, it's a two-edged sword, because we had numerous meetings with a lot of farmers. I know personally, for example, one guy in Antigua have a coconut farm. I didn't even know coconut farm was in Antigua. And this guy have the coconuts and them a jump off tree and a rotten. And we had a meeting with him, right? And this guy was willing, the meeting was going as he supplied us with the coconuts and in exchange for XYZ. He never made the thing materialize. So a lot of, we're not about just talking, we're about action. And I think this is the reason that our business reached thus far. I can't sit down and wait on people, because if we sit down and wait on everybody, we business not going to reach nowhere. We have numerous meetings with people around here. But I think the mindset is when you have a business that just coming up, People don't believe in you. So you have to believe in yourself and you have to make that move. Right now, I call on nobody in Antigua. We make our move. So if anybody wants to jump on board, they're most welcome. But we reach a point now that we used to sit down and wait on people. Elijah, we used to sit down and wait on people. That's no more.
Got you. All right. So I have another question here, and then you can respond to the comment from before, because it's coming from the same person. Mr. Raw Reynolds, and, what is your present production? What is your present? What is your present production?
I want to answer the comment because we've been doing this now for theory and you have practical, right? You was asking a question?
Yeah, I was asking you. I was saying that Mr. Reynolds also asked the question, so you could probably answer his question and give your comment as well. What is your present production capacity, and are you meeting your demand? So, based on what you're producing right now, because you asked about the issue of raw materials and the container, what is your present production capacity? Are you actually meeting your demand, or do you have a high demand that you can't meet? So there's actually like a waiting market, just waiting for your products and services for you and Tricia.
Well, that's an interesting question. Lovely. Right now, basically, when we went to the EDP, we wanted to, because one of the issue was we couldn't meet the demands, right? We was buying like 50 bags of coconut, 100 bags of coconuts, and by the time we distribute to the supermarkets, all our products finished. People would call and say, "You have any turmeric? No. You have any this? No, we're out." So basically, I would say we manifest the container of coconuts. We did a major production from in March this year, and I know we're still working, right? So we have a massive amount of oil. We have a big volume. So we actually fill the gap in Antigua, and that's why now we're looking at the exporting.
Export market, right?
Believe it or not, I just came off the phone before I log on with a customer from overseas, a potential customer. We actually in dialogue with distributors because Antigua, believe it or not, don't really consume or use coconut oil majorly. You know, we have a market here and I appreciate it, but you know, we have to reach the stratosphere, you know what I mean? And I believe in putting Antigua on the market. So we have a bigger ambition right now in getting our products out. Our products already being in China, our products in Germany, our products in United States, Canada. And that's one of our main goals, to fill the gap in Antigua. So basically, yes, we fill the gap in Antigua right now. Right now, we're sitting on major stocks of oil.
So you have a market. Now I have a bunch of questions. You're going to probably be the first person to use up all your 20 minutes. So I have a bunch of questions, but we're going to respond to the comment from Mr. Reynolds regarding the claims of.
I need to make it clear because
you have a bunch of questions waiting for you as well. So just keep it in mind.
Let me make it quick because in life you begin with the theory, right? Anything you have to begin with the theory, you know, and then you have the practical, right? So basically, our products over the years, yes, we have data. Yes, people that got stroke use our products and get back 90% of the mobility. People that's suffering from chronic inflammation and mucus on the chest, bronchitis, yes, our products has dissolved those issues. And right now, people have been wearing knee braces, been skipping rope tremendously. And that is one of the reasons why our company is getting bigger, because people see practical results.
Results. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. All right.
Results.
Got you. All right. So I have some comments and some more questions for you. This is coming from MJ. Coconut oil is life, and nobody does it better than BWC. The oils are infused, but can be used for anything, even in the bedroom. Wow. Okay. Yes. Versatile. I love their products, which are all locally made with love. Be sure to give them a try. You won't be disappointed. MJ says so. Okay. Thank you for that,
yes,
MJ.
I have our females.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, the females the females especially, I love the females because the females, they're really our number one customers, right? And big respect to MJ. She been one of our best customers, you know. Big respect, MJ. So the females told us, right? Because coconut oil can be used, is used as a lube. It's the best lube from since I use no pharmaceutical lubricant. It's all oil. So basically,
Okay.
the female told us that they need a fruit line. It was the female who come to us and tell us that they need a fruit oil for in the bedroom. So that's
Mm.
why we created the fruit line for in the bedroom. Specifically, the fruit line is for the bedroom.
So
But
so
it's
customers
also used for
help
the
drive.
skin, the hair, and everything.
Right. So the customers that help you diversify and offer some new products and services. That's why feedback
Exactly.
is
The
super important.
customers has helped guide. Yeah, our
All right.
customers
So
help guide our business really and truly. We cannot do it without. Mhm.
okay, I have some more questions for you because your time
Yes.
is running out. You have good presentation.
Yeah.
This come from Kreda Nicholas. Good presentation. Do you offer wholesale?
Yes, we do wholesale also. We do bulk. We if you
Okay.
need a gallon, you can get a
And we
gallon, you
talked
can get
about
3 gallons.
your different sizes,
Yeah,
earlier, 750 ml and whatnot. Okay, perfect. For those
yes.
of you who just joined the room, my name is Elijah. I am your community organizer for Startup Huddle here in Antigua and Barbuda. This is our inaugural launch tonight. We have Mr. Kevin Bonds and Tricia Webb, who are the co-founders of BWC Brand with Care, a line of infused and pure coconut oils and byproducts, including crumbs, as you can see on the screen. I have some more questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand or post a comment in the chat box or Q&A, and I'll verbalize the question for you. Just a comment from Dwight, Kevin. More connections can do well for BWC. I have a couple more questions and a comment. Merlene Moses says, "Well done, Kevin and Tricia." Mrs. Jackson, Joe Jackson asked the question, "How long have you been in business?" I think you answered that question earlier. Since
Yeah,
2000,
basic
2000
2016,
when?
16.
2016. Okay, here's another
And
question. Do you think, he has another question for you. Do you think that growing a coconut orchard in the interim would be more economical in the next 5 years?
it varies because it take nothing really to raise coconut trees, right? Um,
Mm.
that would definitely reduce our cost, our overheads, because we would have the raw
Mm-hmm.
material inland, so we wouldn't have to pay for shipping, etc. So yes, it would be more ideal if we would have the coconuts right here, and
Okay.
I'm encouraging people out there to do it.
Okay. So I
We
have some
want
more
to buy the
questions for you.
coconuts. Let's just buy the coconut.
All right. So you're looking. So basically, you have a ready waiting. You're ready to buy. You just need farmers to provide you with coconuts so that you guys can continue growing and
Exactly.
expanding your market. Okay. I have some questions.
Yeah, because
Some
we
more questions for
believe.
you. And we have about 2 minutes left. Question
Yes,
is coming
yes.
from Georgetta Brown. I know you mentioned barriers to export to the U.S. market, which it had to do with the cost. I think you said that you had a bottle of $100, you had to pay $250 just to have it shipped. Is it the same for the
Yeah.
OECS and CARICOM market? And what are your plans for expanding into these markets across the region?
Okay, great question. Lovely. So basically,
Yep. Yep.
for
1 minute and 30
example,
seconds.
St.
We have one
Kitts,
more question.
for example, we have like if we export when we export our products as St. Kitts, we don't have to pay any duty on it because we're under the CARICOM. But for example, if we when we export to St. Martin, we have to pay the duties and stuff like that. Right now, we're talking to some people in United States, and basically we're looking at database any entrepreneurs that are willing to join us because our products are going. So we actually in dialogue with some people about a warehouse in Florida, and basically that deal will be signed off maybe about the end of this month. So what we will do, we will use Tropical to probably send a pallet of our products. But what we want to do, we want to pack a container We've been preaching that for the longest while. We have few businesses on board, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up the door first. We're gonna open up the door first to let people in Antigua see that this is possible. So anybody willing to come on board, they're more free. They're free to come on board. So basically, we're looking at yeah.
Okay, all right. And I have another question for you, and then we have to wrap up you so that we can keep up with the time.
Yes.
We have a final question from Mr. Charles. I see, and it's a comment and a question. I feel your pain with getting raw materials. What alternative raw material have you explored? What about avocado, cashew, or maybe even cottonseed oil?
Yes. So basically, right, when we started off our business, and this is very important, especially for startup business, you cannot fill your plate with different, I should say, different streams of stuff.
Okay.
Like for example, when we started, when we started off this business first, we was into soaps. But remember, you have to start with something and make sure that get on the platform. You have to build a platform. Focus on one stuff. Focus on one stuff, and then when your business is structured enough, then you branch off to other stuff. Because imagine that we're into avocado, we're into sesame, we're into everything. Our expense is going to be major, and we have to find a market. So what we do, we make sure we entice society, the public, Antigua, with our brand, because we're promoting our brand. So if you see in the future BWC is on the avocado aisle, you will say, okay, you know what? These people been really persistent with their products. I'm gonna grab this avocado aisle. So you have to be careful when you're starting off a business. Don't branch off in every and anything. Even though we're dealing with aisle, we make sure we focus on one type of oil, and that is coconut oil. That is our main purpose, our main objective.
Awesome. All right. So, Kevin, thank you very much. You have been the first entrepreneur and Tricia to have used up their full time here with us at the Startup Huddle, Antigua and Barbuda. Clearly, you guys have gone through the rigors of the entrepreneurship journey, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the lessons that you've learned and you've shared, that a lot of the entrepreneurs can benefit from that within the huddle itself. Just to remind everyone, thank you very much, Kevin, Tricia, and then we're going to move on to our final entrepreneur. And just to let everyone know, and for those persons who would have joined the room, my name once again is Elijah James. I am the local community organizer for Startup Huddle here in Antigua and Barbuda. We are a virtual community at the moment because of COVID-19, where we're basically bringing together various persons and actors within the ecosystem of business, whether it be support organizations like the Guard Center, Mrs. Jackson. They're also head of Gen Global here in Antigua and Barbuda. They want to support organizations for businesses and startups here in Antigua and Barbuda. They normally target a lot of young persons, and initially started off in the agricultural sector focus, and have branched off into other areas now in terms of providing training and resource support. And we also have entrepreneurs who are presenting this evening, and of course you, the audience, and who are potential customers and can also provide very important feedback. Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, I just want to leave one sentiment before I leave. And I really want to encourage anyone that's picking up entrepreneurship, planning to start their business, because a lot of people complaining about the government don't give us concession. The government cannot give us duty free. The government won't give us duty free. You won't get duty free. You won't get concession without a tax number. So it's very important for you to register your business at intellectual property. And I will say this again, register your business at Inland Revenue. In that way, you will bring in anything that your business requires that fall under your business, and you don't have to run behind government for the duty free. It's you have access to it naturally. I really want to emphasize on that, because I see a lot of businesses stressing about they're not getting duty free, the government is not helping them. But I just want to say, you have to put yourself in the position to it's not even help, it's available to you once you structure yourself properly. And that is one thing I really want to enhance, is structure your business properly so you can get what is due to you.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Kevin. All right. So, as I was just wrapping up with, we are down to our last entrepreneur for the Startup Huddle, where we're bringing together entrepreneurs and the local ecosystem so we can share, engage, connect with each other, learn from each other, and just like the points Kevin and Tricia just shared, hopefully avoid the pitfalls and mistakes that could hamper your business or could potentially open doors for you, whether it be in the export market, as Kevin just mentioned. They are in the process of establishing a warehouse in the U.S., because the issue of logistics and the cost for shipping to the U.S. market is very expensive. And so this may be an outlet for anybody who's thinking about getting into that area of providing goods to the U.S. market to partner with BWC. All right. Now, our final entrepreneur for this evening is Balloons and Bows from Ms. Simone Joseph. Ms. Simone Joseph, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
All right. Awesome. I have I'm going to share your photos on the screen so that you can go through your presentation. Just going to mute Mr. Barnes. Perfect. All right. So, Ms. Simone Joseph, Balloons and Bows, personalize your special moments. You have 6 minutes to do your presentation, and the remaining time for our Startup Huddle session, our inaugural session today, will be devoted to any questions that the audience has about your products and services for Balloons and Bows. So I'm going to just share your screen first, and then you will have the floor to share your presentation. 1 second. Let me just find your screen, and here it is. Balloons and Bows. All right.
Hi, good night, everyone. My name
All right.
is Simone. And hello?
Go right ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Hi, good night, everyone. My name is Simone, and I am the owner of Balloons and Bows Plus. Balloons and Bows Plus started 2 years ago when I had a photo shoot for my daughter, and I wanted props that were not of the usual or what I've been seeing around the place. I wanted something different. So for her shoot, I went ahead and I bought foam, and I got a bit of crafty, and I made a photo frame out of balloons and foam. I even went ahead and made a letter out of sunflower for her name, which started with Z, which is Zaddy. So from there, after Favor Media posted the album onto his page, it went crazy after that. People wanted to know who was making that frame and where they can get props of such sorts. And also, here at Balloons and Bows Plus, what we do, we personalize stuff for weddings, baptisms, funerals. We do glass blocks like what you just saw on the screen. The dad glass block is something that you have for a lifetime. So you will have the picture of your dad, the word dad, and the name of his children on the front. If you want the year that he became a dad, we also add that to it. We also have the mom tile. We also do it for baptisms and stuff like that. Presently in the market, I have a few competitors that I'm aware of. I'm aware of Balloons Occasions, Pearl Rose, Party Paradise, and a few others. But what I try and do, I try to make my gifts a bit different by doing it not of the norm. So where you will have a scented candle that you would buy someone for a Christmas gift or birthday gift, we take that scented candle and we actually place the person's photo on the candle. The candles are pillow candles that comes with maximum of 90 hours burning time. And at the back of the candle, we will put on the name and so forth. Presently, I've been doing work also in Barbuda. So we have shipment that goes to Barbuda on a weekly basis. We either send balloons over there stuffed with fruits So rather than getting someone a fruit basket, what we do, we put wine, cream cheese, grapes, apples, plums, kiwis, and chocolates inside of a balloon and then tie it off with a balloon arrangement. So we also do shipping with that to Barbuda, and we also do it locally also. We also do balloons bouquets, and in January coming up, what we have planned is to do a sip and paint wine tasting for kids, just as how they have the adult one. Now, with the kids version, they would get to personalize their own kids apron with their names. So it also comes in like teaching them the art of how to personalize what they have. So we give them a prize, they come in, they personalize their own apron, they get to paint a photo, and they also get a personalized sippy cup to walk with, go home as a gift. Presently, I'm here not seeking a sponsor or donor. I'm just here for the exposure because I was one of them who started off in the business circle when it started 2 years ago. So that too also helped me as in ways that I go about getting my business done or having my business reaching the point where it is presently. So that's my small little presentation. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just shared, just scrolling through your photos of your different props. And just to confirm, you also provide, okay.
That prop, the doll box that is at the back of the child, we also do prop rental. So that doll box is made out of plywood, and I paint it pink, personalize it, add the child's name to it. And it's a rental prop that we rent for 8 hours. So if you're having a party, you can have it at the party and different children can in and out of it, take photos, stuff like that. We also do art for weddings. And we add a little twist to it by adding flowers and roses, and we also do for baby showers, gender reveal, just like we have the arch there. We do the big question mark arch with a black balloon in the middle that says, is it a boy or girl? And the mom or dad can then use an arrow and pop that balloon, and you see the confetti of the sex that would fall out and stuff like that. So
okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So you do prop rentals as well, and persons can have personalized gifts. I really like this balloon, really awesome. The smiley face on it.
Well, balloon that was taken to the hospital. So it's a guy with a bouquet of flowers and a get well balloon.
Very nice. Okay, perfect. All right, so you're just at your 5 minutes and 15-second mark. Any questions for balloons and bows by Simone Joseph? I see a comment, a question. Where is it? Where did it go? 1 second. Q&A. It's in the chat. So the question comes from Dwight. It's actually a statement. Love the Barbie prop. My little daughter will love it when I do that for her next year. Hint, hint, balloons and bows. So you have a potential customer waiting for you, balloons and bows, for your prop in terms of the Barbie box. Are there any questions for Ms. Joseph regarding balloons and bows? Did you have any challenges, or you said you started this roughly about 2 years ago, and definitely you're definitely one of the success out of the business circle that we provided at the public library when we started 2 years ago, which led to also the Startup Huddle right now. What were your challenges as a new business starting out in the market? Because you did say that you have competitors, and you listed quite a few of them. And you did say what you tried to do is put kind of a personal swing on it. How did you overcome, or what was your biggest challenge or challenges, so to speak? And especially knowing COVID-19 as well, how has that kind of impacted your business?
Okay, the question is in COVID-19 first. Okay, I haven't really got much of a hard hit at this time. The reason being, during the time when we had the country lockdown and open for a few hours, one of my benefits, a lot of the gift stores were closed. And because we do island-wide delivery or pickup, we were getting a lot of orders and a lot of delivery during that time. So, and even up to now. So I still haven't gotten a really hard hit from the COVID phase as yet. Some of the challenges is having more and more competitors coming out in the balloon market. I have to. It pushes me a bit to get a bit more creative by adding more and more personal touch, not just doing a balloon. Like, for instance, I have a baby shark theme coming up on Sunday, so I have a wooden one that I'm going to stuff with balloon. I've already sat down and made over 10 baby sharks to add to that, and tomorrow I'm going to sit down, practice, and try and make an octopus to add to the side of the one to give it that under the sea theme, under the sea look. So one of my challenges is just trying to continue to stay different.
Stay ahead of the competition, yeah.
So this is the box that would be going out, but the number one, but it would be going out in a totally different color. So having an octopus either resting on the right or the left-hand side with the curly legs that I know that I can do with this slim balloon is something I'm just excited about Sunday coming up. It's something new and fresh and different that I will just lie down and think about. Sometime I'll just get up and I'll make a cupcake out of a balloon. And when I'm finished making that cupcake, it actually looks like a real cupcake. You don't even see where I made the joining from one balloon to the other.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. There's a question here. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I also do inside photo shoots. So this photo with Kiki, it was done. I have a home studio here. So photographers who don't have a studio and the customer wants somewhere to take a photo, they will reach out to me and I rent them the studio. I set up the backdrop. If the customer wants to work with their own props, they can. But when they get here, I have balloons that they can buy, props that they can have as rental for the usage time and stuff like that. So that's an indoor studio that I have here that I do photo shoots also and work along with other photographers.
Okay, you may have preempted the next question a little while ago. The question was actually asking, it was a question, actually a comment and a question. It says from Mr. Reynolds, nice business, but it's getting very crowded. I can see how you will do great with the proper marketing. And the question he has for you is, do you operate from a storefront or home? And I think you kind of answered that question a little while ago.
Yes.
So do you operate from home?
Presently I operate from home. So home is basically my storefront because I have the space here at home. It's basically a 3-bedroom house and I only occupy 1 bedroom. So I have 2 empty rooms, one where I keep props in and one that I have the photo shoot done. I'm presently working to get something closer to All Saints Road or Buckley line, seen as I'm in Buckley's, so that I can be a bit more easily accessible, because at times I have an issue as a customer cannot get but they need the item, they paid for it, but getting to me for it, they cannot do it, or they might say, okay, I do not have the delivery money. And sometimes I'll say, okay, you can meet me at the new KFC in the parking lot, or sometimes I go the extra mile and say, okay, let me call these 5 customers and tell them pick up at Townhouse at X time. So I try to work along with them also.
Okay, perfect. You have some more questions. I have a question from Kreda Nicholas. It was a comment first and then a question. Good presentation. And what are your social media handles? How do they find you on social media?
On social media, my name is Balloons, and the business name, Balloons and Bows Plus. On Facebook, it is the same also on Instagram. We're open every day. So I do not have an off day from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the night. If by any chance you need something delivered for 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, as long as you let us know before, we also do that. So there are times, sometimes when I'm actually on the road at 6 o'clock, just leaving a delivery to head back home to go back out or so. So we're open every day, and we do helium, but the only day we do not do helium is on a Sunday. So we do helium from Monday to Saturday. No helium on a Sunday because we have a lot of tide work on a Sunday, as in platforms and events. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, I noticed from this photo that you have, is it that you actually stuff the balloon? How do you actually get the stuff into the balloon without it actually popping? Or is it a different kind of material? Or
well, actually, it's the same latex balloon. It's just a different size and different size of balloon, but stuffing it is a top secret. So inside of that balloon, what I'll do, I have a shredder that I bought. So I shred some papers from the printery that I get from the printery, waste paper, to make something like a nesting at the bottom of the balloon. And then I would place the wine in the middle. So when you're ready to lift the balloon, as long as you have the wine, it's like holding a battery. It's an easy flow from there. So I will put the wine in the middle, and around the wine, you have bananas, kiwi, apple, plum, cream cheese, yogurt, Jacob crackers, you have Doritos, and what I'm calling here is actually inside of that one balloon. You have red grapes, green grapes. So when you're holding the balloon, it's a balloon that is really not heavy, but it's actually a fruit basket inside of a balloon and more. And we do not.
That's actually pretty creative. Yeah.
Yeah, we do not use the regular party bows and put the big bows on top. I will sit down and I will twist the design out of balloon and, make it pretty and design it. If you want the name written on the balloon also, we also use vinyl and do the artwork, and we can put their name on the balloon for a little extra fee. So that is something optional also.
Okay, very nice, very nice. And I actually preempted another question that somebody had. Is coming from Kessa Stevens. This is a unique twist on a balloon business. What would you say is your best marketing tool? How do you find your customers find you best?
For marketing, presently it's been Facebook, my WhatsApp status. So if someone messaged me about a product, so my number on Facebook, what I do, I automatically save that number. So in the future or another day, when I put up a gift or something that I did for someone else, they would see other things that I've done. Or for instance, when I walk into a bank with a gift at ECAB, you're like, 4 or 5 people come here in the line asking you for a business card and word of mouth. Word of mouth has been my biggest one so far, especially in Barbuda. From the time I sent my first balloon to Barbuda on the ferry, and I called and like, did my balloon reach safe? And they said, yes, it was hands down with Barbuda. The simplest thing that they need over there, they call me, even down to the file number.
Very nice.
Is
awesome.
We charge one flat delivery fee. So we charge $30 flat delivery fee for Antigua, and for Barbuda is $40. And I have someone in Barbuda that actually goes to the ferry and get it from the ferry and take it to the customer for me. And we accept payments through our business account online. Once you're a community first customer, and you go to the pay bill section, we're right on the APUA water. You see Balloons and Bows Plus. We also accept online transfers, and we have our web page coming soon.
Okay, lovely. All right, are there any other questions for Ms. Joseph regarding Balloons and Bows Plus? Any other questions, Ms. Joseph?
No, good. Oh, you can give us a call on 781-0519. That is 781-0519. And remember, we close off at 9. So if you need a night delivery, we go out at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the night also, even 8:30.
Okay. Wow. So you guys go the extra mile to make sure that
Yes,
the
just in
client is
case
taken
you
care
get
of.
home and you forget to take a gift home, we can get it home for you. That's okay. We got you.
Awesome. I have one more question here for you because we're just getting ready to wrap up. We've been making good on time. Mr. Reynolds, it's actually the comment. The social media is powerful. Do paid ads on social media, and that would give you a competitive advantage in your growing competitive market.
That is so
Okay.
true. Because
Thank you for that, Mr. Reynolds.
Thank you for that. I've been using that, the boost, and I've also been using the different buy and sell groups in Antigua. From you send out a blast in the buy and sell, your phone goes off like ping, ping, ping with questions. So that's
Awesome. All right.
really a good avenue also.
Okay, perfect.
For the advice.
All right. Definitely. I have another last comment for you. Lovely business. This is coming from June Jackson. Your creativity is magnificent.
Thank
All right,
you.
so Joseph. So that was Balloons and Bows Plus. Personalize your special moments. I want to say thank you to all the presenters this evening. We have launched officially Startup Huddle Antigua and Barbuda. This is just the beginning. There is even more to come. This evening, you would have heard that we just wrapped up Balloons and Bows Plus, Personalize Your Special Moments from Simone Joseph. We had Soulesscents, which was done from entrepreneur Kreda Nicholas. That is natural skincare products, more than skin deep. We also had a presentation by Mr. Kevin Barnes and Ms. Tricia Webbe, entrepreneurs of Brand with Care, line of pure and infused coconut oils and byproducts. And we had casting impressions, which is being done by entrepreneurs Ebony Matthew and Calandra Jeremiah. So these are all 4 awesome new businesses that are operating here within Antigua and Barbuda. I would want to encourage each and every one of you that is in the huddle at this present moment to please support them in any way you can and share their business and their information with your network as well. And I want to end off this evening by thanking you, first and foremost, for taking the time, spending your time with us. It's been about 2 hours, and time has kind of flew by really fast, but we were covering the time in awesome time. I hope everybody had an awesome, easy time getting to the Zoom meeting. I know people have Zoom fatigue, but the website, www.startuphuddle.app, that will be our go-to for our next meeting session as well, because it saves you the headache of having to worry about running behind emails, trying to find meeting links and whatnot. You just go to the website, click on it, and it links you straight through to the meeting session as well. If you are a business or if you have a business idea that you want to get started or get off the ground, or you want to present here at the huddle itself, please feel free to send us an email, Antigua Barbuda at startuphuddle.app. My number is also available as a community organizer, Elijah James. It's 268-775-5757. So if you want to get in contact with us, please feel free to reach out. I just want to say thank you once again for the opportunity to share with the official launch of the Startup Huddle with you here in Antigua and Barbuda. And I want to say thank you as well to our partners, Mrs. Jackson, who is on the call with us as well, Guard Center, who is host for Global Entrepreneurship Week here in Antigua and Barbuda, the U.S. Embassy, Bridgetown, Barbados, who is launching and supporting the other startup huddles that are launching within the OECS, Circle Antigua and Barbuda. That's going to be a platform that will allow businesses to be able to reach more customers through mobile applications. And of course, the GEN Network, the Global Entrepreneurship Network, which is a global platform, nonprofit global platform that is executing programs just like Startup Huddle and supporting them around the world so that our entrepreneurs can be able to scale and grow their businesses. If there are any questions that you guys have, once again, feel free to send us an email or drop me a call or WhatsApp. The Startup Huddle website, this presentation, and also the businesses and their contact information will be available on the site. Please feel free to share with your friends and within your network. And we will be announcing the next Startup Huddle session, which is going to be next month in December. And so stay tuned to the social media handles and also the website so you can find out the next date for the next huddle. And thank you once again. Are there any questions for me? Renata? No? All right. So if there are no questions for me, I want to bid everyone a safe and wonderful evening. Thank you once again for being here at the Huddle and for joining us for the launch of Startup Huddle Antigua Barbuda. Looking forward to great and wonderful things. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you, and thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.